So I took the liberty of making a few pieces earlier and casting them, and now let's demold them and see what they look like. And this is really the moment of truth. You got to be really careful, because if the piece is like a little kacha, it should be demolded very carefully. It will feel hard, but at the same time, just be cautious, okay? So start by peeling away the sides of the mold, and it will be quite nice and smooth if you notice. And then gently start to pull it back. So you can put it down on the, once you have the sides removed, you can put it down and start to pull the mold off gently from the top. And just be careful that you don't pull it too fast, so that you get a nice finish. And here we go. Voila! Ta-da! So if you notice that there are a few bubbles here, and that's because that was in the cement when we mixed it up and we poured it out. So there are a few bubbles that can come, and we try always to minimize these. But these are what give it the authentic cement look. So there you go. Here's one. Now let's try the coaster one. And there's a little bit of cement on the edges. Don't worry about that. Just peel it back. It'll snap off if you see. So kind of it'll start popping off and kind of get this thing. Peel it back here gently, and then you can put it down and start to pull it off. So just be gentle with the edges, because what happens is that the mold sticks to the edges, and then those edges can break and remain inside the mold. So we don't want that. We want it to be nice and smooth and come out. And here we go. Here is our second baby. Oh, you're so cute. Papa loves you already. So here also we have a few bubbles, if you saw. So these bubbles happen because I didn't kind of push out the air when I was pouring it. And so if you don't like the bubbles, then you should definitely either shake the glass or shake the mold so that the air bubbles all get removed. So that's number 2. Now this guy is a little bit more challenging because he's pretty big, and so again following the same process of basically pulling this gently, and don't be in a hurry. This is really sort of slow process. If you try to hurry it up and make it happen by force, it will just end up breaking your mold. So kind of just be very cautious, very gentle, and get it out slowly. And again here, press the sides so that the air starts going inside, because again inside here, if you see, it's quite deep. So now I'm going to pull it out slowly, and alright, and here we go. It's so beautiful. Look at that. What a beautiful smooth finish. I mean, we have a really gorgeous finish. Now if you notice, I did use a little bit of force on the beginning, so I got a few chips here, and so try to avoid that, so you'll have the best finish possible. But if you can't, that's just part of life. It's not going to be seen. It's at the bottom. And let's move on to the last one, the round one. Again, let's start by clearing off some of the muck from the outside so we can see what's inside. I would suggest you let it set for a few more days maybe than the other ones, because then it will become harder. And then there you go. We have the next one, and that's so beautiful. So you can see this lovely marbled effect that's come from the pouring, and it's lovely and smooth because of silicone. So it's really going to be a gorgeous tea light holder or candle holder or whatever innovative use you can think of for it. Put that down here. And again, be sure to wash it carefully. This is inside out, so keep these inside out and you can wash them. Similarly for this guy here, just wash it out, make sure all the cement is gone. All these little crusty pieces that are there, you particularly want to make sure that none of these remain inside, because these can cause a problem for your next piece. तो इसके साथ में हमारा प्रोग्राम समाप्त होता है. But there is a few more things that I want to tell you. One is that look at this. This is the mold inside out. You can also make something using the mold inside out. I mean, it's really cool. We have provided you with sanding paper. So use the sanding paper after the piece is properly dried. Let this dry out completely, become really hard and solid, maybe after about 2 or 3 days. Then you can use it and lightly sand it to kind of remove any imperfections that you may find and make it a little bit smoother. If supposing you find the bottom is not very even or something, you can put the piece on the sanding paper and then lightly scrub it back and forth. So that will even it out and you'll get a nice even base. Because you know when you pour it, you'll find that this may be up and down a little bit and it may not be a very stable surface when you're putting glasses on. But if you take this and you push it up and down like this, then any high and low edges will get rubbed off and you'll get a very nice and smooth and even surface. So similarly with this guy out here, like for instance, after a while I can always sand it to remove this imperfection and make it nice, you know. So, but don't do it like when the piece is fresh. Do it after a couple of days when it's a little harder. Alright, thank you so much.